What up, Giants fans? I hope you guys are ready for the playoff game this Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, because that is when the Giants are going to be taking on the Minnesota Vikings. You win or you go home. It is that simple for New York. It's been a long season. It's been a great season, but it all comes down to this weekend against the Minnesota Vikings. I don't just only want to beat them this weekend and end their season. I also want to pick up more subscribers than they do. We have a Vikings Today channel here at Chat Sports, hosted by producer Patrick Seatman. You know who he is. I told him his season's over after this week, so he better enjoy it. But help us beat them in subs picked up this week. We put out videos every single day on the latest Giants news and rumors. We also are going to be going live for the playoff game. So tune us in, lock us in. Go down right now. Hit that big red button. What up, everybody? You're watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Give me a follow over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Everyone that follows me from today's show, I'll give you a follow back. Just DM me playoffs so I know that you came from this video. In today's video, we're going to touch on the latest news and rumors. I'm going to give you my keys to victory for the Giants to take down the Minnesota Vikings in the playoffs. We got some injury news to go over on Azeez Ojulari as well as Leonard Williams. But the biggest news of the day comes on Adoree Jackson. Let's start right there. Dan Duggan of The Athletic tweeted this out this morning after he was asked, do you think Adoree Jackson's going to play? And he said, you'd think so, based on how long it's been since the injury. It's been since week 11, and he's been limited the past 2 weeks. But his comments last night didn't inspire a ton of confidence. He wouldn't say if he felt physically ready, said he's taking it day by day and leaving it up to the trainer. So I saw that this morning at 8:30, and I'm like, golly, Adoree Jackson's not going to play. Hasn't played since week 11, since he sprained his MCL as a punt returner because Richie James couldn't hold on to the football. And now we're not going to have our number one corner come WIldcard weekend playing against Justin Jefferson. But then I got a little bit more confident when I saw Jordan Renan put this tweet out. He said, Brian Dable says cornerback Adoree Jackson, Leonard Williams, and Azeez Ojulari will all do something Wednesday at practice. How much? We'll see. But they all seem to be trending in the right direction for Sunday. So, according to Renan, he's going to play. It's trending in the right direction. As Dan Duggan of The Athletic says, I don't know. Jackson didn't seem too confident. So, conflicting reports here covering the New York Giants. I know this much for a fact. The Giants need Adoree Jackson to play football this weekend and match up one-on-one with Justin Jefferson, arguably the best receiver in the National Football League. He is having the best receiving season for any pass catcher in the NFL. He is the entire offense for the Minnesota Vikings. You slow down Justin Jefferson, you limit number 18, Giants are going to be moving on to the divisional round in the NFC playoffs. Look, this is their offense. You slow them down, you beat the sorry-ass Minnesota Vikings. 184 targets so far this year for Justin Jefferson. Their offense runs through him. 128 grabs, 1,800 yards, 14 yards per catch, and 8 touchdowns. It's not easy. No team really did it this season. But if the Giants are going to have a chance, and if they want to put their best foot forward, they need number 22, Adoree Jackson, out there, matching him up, playing him one-on-one coverage, traveling across the field. Is he going to be able to do it all by himself? No, he won't. We will see double teams. We will see triple teams. We'll see him bracketed with safety help over the top. But it comes down to this positional group for the Giants. If Jackson is not able to go, Fabian Moreau, you're going to draw a very tough task of slowing down Justin Jefferson. Jefferson got the best of Fabian Moreau back against the Minnesota Vikings. Darnay Holmes did not play that game. He's going to play, of course. You need these guys to step up. You also have help over the top from Xavier McKinney, a guy that did not play back in Week 16. He's back this time. You'll have him, Julian Love, Jason Pinnock, Landon Collins a little bit in the box. This is going to be a group effort to slow down Justin Jefferson. But if the Giants want to do it and do it right, it's going to come down to Adoree Jackson. They need him out on the football field this Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. If you want Adoree Jackson to play, yeah, I'm talking to you, all the Giants fans watching this video right now. Let's get the good vibes out into the atmosphere. Type your 22s, your double deuces, the jersey number of Adoree Jackson. I'm not saying the more 22s we get, he's going to play, but I'm not saying it. So don't jinx it. Don't be that guy. Do it right now. You want Jackson to play. Type 22 as jersey number down in the comments section. We're going to get to more news and rumors and my keys to victory in a second. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Fume. Go to tryfume.com/chatsports for 10% off when you use the code ChatSports. That is tryfum.com/chatsports. Use code ChatSports. Today's Giants Now video is sponsored by Fume. We all have bad habits, and we certainly know how hard they can be to kick those bad habits. Our sponsor, Fume, is on a mission to accelerate humanity's breakup from the bad habits that consume far too many of us. Fume is a natural diffusive device that uses plants and behavioral science to help you trade out your negative habit for a positive one. I didn't expect much out of Fume when I got it, but the minty sensation is really powerful and really hits the back of your throat. All the flavors are awesome. White cranberry, maple pepper, crisp mint, 3 unique flavors in the Journey Pack. And when you use code ChatSports, you get 10% off of the Journey Pack. Fume is not a vape. It's a non-electronic device designed to transform your negative habits. The easiest way to stop a bad habit is to switch to a positive one, and Fume is designed perfectly to do just that. Head to tryfume.com/chatsports and use code ChatSports to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. That's tryfum.com/chatsports. Make sure you use the code ChatSports for 10% off. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. Let's get to the keys to the victory for me, in my opinion. The Giants do these things. They're going to walk out victorious next Sunday, and they're going to be preparing for the divisional round, possibly against the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the biggest key is to stop Justin Jefferson. We've already talked about that. But I think the second biggest key is slowing down TJ Hockenson. Ever since he has become a member of the Minnesota Vikings, he's been one of the most used players on this team. In just 10 games this year with the Vikings, he has 60 receptions on 86 targets, 519 yards, and 3 touchdowns. But it's what he did against the Giants back in Week 16. He had 13 grabs, 109 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. You didn't have Xavier McKinney, though, last time you played, and I expect for McKinney to be matched up a whole lot against TJ Hockenson come this Sunday. McKinney, Love, Pinnock, Belton, Tony Jefferson. I think the Giants are going to use multiple defenders to try to slow down TJ Hockenson. You slow him down and you slow Justin Jefferson down, the Giants are 100% going to win this football game. They want to win the football game, they got to do one thing: win the turnover battle. That's what the Giants have prided themselves on all season long, is winning the turnover battle. When they do so, if you watch the show, you know the stats. When the Giants win the turnover battle, they are 6-1 this season. You take care of the football, you win football games. Daniel Jones doesn't fumble, doesn't turn the ball over. He's done it 8 times this season. The Giants have the second least amount of turnovers in the National Football League this season. When they do that, when they don't turn the ball over and they win the turnover battle, they're 6-1. But it's the complete opposite when they lose the turnover battle. They are 1-5 in games that when they lose the turnover battle. That's how critical it is to play crisp, sound, and complementary football for this team. Don't turn the ball over. Don't put your defense in a bad spot where the Vikings have to go a short field. Last time the Giants played the Vikings, they had a punt block, they had a Daniel Bellinger fumble inside enemy territory, and Daniel Jones threw an interception deep inside enemy territory. That's 3 turnovers right there, and it came down to a 61-yard field goal at the buzzer for the Giants to go home sad on Christmas Eve. Take care of the football. Giants are going to win this game, I think, very, very easily. Let Danny dime. Let Daniel Jones come out and sling the pill. Let him go out there and play quarterback. Look, last time he played against the Vikings, he had one of his best games of the season. Threw for 343 yards, his second high, or 334 yards. One of those numbers. I'm bad. I'm dyslexic a little bit. But when you play a team like the Vikings, who are arguably the worst defensive team in the National Football League, they give up the 28th most points per game. They give up the 2nd most yards per game in the NFL. They give up a lot of rushing yards per game. They have the 2nd worst pass defense in the NFL. Let Danny Dime open up the playbook. The time is now to find a way to have the offense win this game. You're going to have to put up points. You're most likely not going to win this football game if you only score 20 or 23 or 24. You're going to have to get over 25 points to win this game. I think if you get in the 30s, the Giants are guaranteed to win. I got the Giants winning 31-28. I think it's going to be 28-21, Kirk Cousins is going to go down and put the Vikings at a tied score of 28 with about 1:30 left in the game, which is too much time for Daniel Jones, and he leads us down there. And Golden Toe Gano kicks in a game winner. But let me know who you got. Type NYG for the Giants, MIN for the Minnesota Vikings. I want to see this whole comment section flooded with NYGs. We know what the Giants are. We know what the history says. 2007, Michael Strahan, Osi Umenyiora, Justin Tuck, Matthias Kiwanuka, all the great pass rushers this team had in their Super Bowl runs. Lawrence Taylor, we know that. But the past two, what happened? The front four dominates. This team can do that. They have that type of talent. When you have guys like Kayvon Thibodeau and Dexter Lawrence and Leonard Williams and Azeez Ojulari, you can do that. You can dominate. Because right now, the Vikings are on their third string center. They're on a backup right tackle. They've allowed the 8th most sacks in the National Football League this year. You need Kayvon Thibodeau to show the hell up. Big strip sack I'm seeing from Kayvon Thibodeau. Dexter Lawrence, you're going up against a third-string center. You better eat his lunch, and you better eat his kid's lunch too. Leonard Williams, can we have a game in your first-ever playoff situation where you show why you were a top 10 pick out of USC? And Azeez Ojulari, just keep being Azeez Ojulari. 5.5 sacks in 7 games played this season. These 4 guys can change the game, and I think they will. I think they're going to play huge on Sunday and dominate this terrible Vikings offensive line. We're going to sign off, but first, I just want everyone to be happy. Just be happy. Enjoy where you are in life, because in 1 year, your life can change like crazy. 1 year ago today, we did this video. I had a damn sack over my head. It's been 1 year where we were the laughing stock of the National Football League, where we did QB sneaks on 2nd and 3rd down. And now we are in a prime position to go and win a playoff game on the road. Thanks, Joe Judge. But seriously, 1 year ago today, this was us, guys. We wanted Joe Judge fired. We were in bags on our heads. Now, we're about the end of the season for the Minnesota Vikings. Be appreciative of where you are, Giants fans. You don't see turnarounds like this happen in just 1 year. That's a credit to Dable, his staff, Joe Shane, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, and all the players on defense. It's going to be a wild week. Anytime we have news or rumors, we're doing videos, maybe even multiple every single day. So make sure you're subscribed. Another way you can stay up to date is by following me on Twitter @MarshallGreen_.